That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Any questions you want that I can answer for you? Anybody want? Yes, go ahead.
I understand that some of the prisoners were compensated $1 a day for their internment.
What they did, Japan had a lot of property in the around the world, and they agreed to sell that property, give the money to the Red Cross, and the Red Cross distributed it to some prisoners. We got $1 one time and $1.50 another time a day for what we did.
I understand some people had a hard time proving they were prisoners of war.
That I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. I don't think we had. Most of us didn't have any problems with that.
How did you get all of these pictures and save them and so forth?
Well, I've written two books for our group, and in connection with those, I was able to pass on. And most of these are Japanese pictures.
That's what I wondered.
Actually, I think they're kind of afraid of ever having those released. They're sorry that they made the pictures right now. We have an actual film of the Death March. They have here, and it's you see as they go along. This one Japanese beating one of the guys walking along, and horribly he beat him with his bayonet. We have that film here in the thing. It's really sad. Now I have no problem with the Japanese today. Henry and I went to Japan in September of 2010, and I got to talk before the press, about 50 members of the press, and I told them at that time, we're not here to demean you for what happened back in the earlier years. It's a different era. However, the Japanese government has a moral obligation to do something about what happened in those years, and we tried to influence them into going into something similar to what Germany did in the year 2003. They formed a foundation with the help of one of our Department of State, Stu Eisenhower, which they set up a foundation of money, about $4 billion, and even today they're teaching the young group what war is like. And they evidently just ignored what we brought up to them about trying to do something like that. We talked to a group of students there at Christian University in Japan, and they were shocked at the stories. They knew nothing about what happened in World War II. So the government never told them about all the atrocities that were. Of course, the atrocities are much greater when you go worldwide, like in Tokyo, not Tokyo, but in Shanghai. The rape of Nanking, they killed approximately 350,000 Chinese people at that time. 350, and that's well documented. And it happened again in Shanghai, another area. So they killed at least 100,000 Filipinos during the battle for when we went back to raid the islands again, capture the islands. They were horrible. And the comfort women. This is the story all in itself. They tried to get legislation passed in Congress about this thing, and it just they agreed that that happened. Then they had Unit 731, which was the German warfare unit, and it was probably they lost at least 1 million people during this time, where they were using various types of germs and bubonic plague and stuff. They just dropped it on the planes right on the Chinese people. So these things happen. It's horrible. But we need to do something about this, and this is where we have this museum right here, right now, trying to get something that we're interested in forming a museum in which would educate the public that war is nothing but death and destruction. We're not here to demean anybody. We're trying to show the horrors of war, and this is primarily the thing that we were trying to do. Anyone else have anything else?
I want to thank all of you for joining us on this special observance of POW MIA Day. I want to take this time to thank our Board of Directors, Dr. Ruth Lewis, Jane Crana, our museum coordinator, and her volunteers from West Liberty. And would you like to state your name, please, from West Liberty?
I'm Deanna Myers.
Deanna
I'm
Myers,
Samantha Gentle.
and David. They are all volunteers, as well as our program coordinator, Kim Harnless. They all contribute to the preservation of these stories. These are stories that must live on.